You know, the simplest thing in the world is if you really want to have friends, treat your friends in a friendly way. You know, how hard can that be? You know, I think about that. I think about with my best friend. I treat her in a friendly way. I'm very friendly to her. And I can always be nice and kind to her. And at the same time, I can disagree with things. You know, she disagrees with me. I disagree. And we realize that, okay, we're not going to go anywhere on this disagreement point. So we move that aside because it's usually something not important. It might be about something about a politician, or it may be about global warming, or it may be about the economy. It's nothing serious, you know. It's nothing that we have to deal with in our immediate world. So we can just set that aside and we can talk friendly about other things. And maybe, you know, I've taken into consideration what she says she's taken. But even if we never agree, it's okay. And I'm sure she's watching this video. Hi. I'm making a video about you. But anyway, the thing is that, you know, I won't say her name. I don't put people's names out there. But, you know, we can disagree about things and still get along. I think when I think about friendships with people and other people I have who I'm friends with, it's just interesting that at the end of the day, we're just friendly with each other. There is this thing called being friendly with people. Being friendly with people. Disagree, yeah, but be friendly. You know, I was thinking about when I was working at another job, and I know she may also another coworker who I was friends with. I still think of her as my friend. You know, we could talk about things. You know, she's Muslim, and we would talk about the whole Muslim issues and stuff going on and the whole thing between this country and, you know, the Muslim world and everything else. And, which isn't like a separate, the Muslim world isn't a separate country, but it's like, you know, anyway, the point is that we could talk about stuff like that. We could even joke about, she even joked with me about something, which I'm not even going to repeat that joke. But anyway, it's just funny how people can talk about things and, you know, and we can be friendly with each other. I never walk around looking at people with this great deal of suspicion like, oh, that person's from a different culture. That person's from a different race. That person is, you know, and that person has a different belief than I do. You know, it's like, oh no, relax, take a chill pill, learn something. That's one thing I learned. I learned to be open-minded and to listen and learn. Even being open-minded, I still may hold my position because I weighed the evidence. You know, it's like, I look at something, I may think, you know, like, let's say, for example, and I'm not saying what my position is on this, but let's say we were talking about the death penalty, for example. And I may say, I'm opposed to the death penalty. And the other person may say, well, I'm in favor of it. And we talk about the merits of the death penalty. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? But, you know, at the end of the day, after really seriously listening to that person, talking about it, discussing it, I may still say, you know what, I still think that the death penalty should be abolished. But, you know, I was open-minded to it. I listened to the ideals, I listened to it, but I didn't hear anything that persuaded me. But, you know, I may believe that today, and maybe months down the road, I might change my mind. I could change my mind anytime, so that's always a possibility. And that other person may change their mind. So I always go, you know, I leave the conversation with that in mind. The only time when you really need to be hard about something is when it's something, a crucial decision that you and that other person have to make. And then you have to negotiate. You know, I was thinking about Herb Cohen. I was looking at his website and actually not his website, something on YouTube, a video of his where he was talking about it. Because I love Herb Cohen's stuff. Ever since I read that book called You Can Negotiate Anything, he talks about the whole thing about negotiating. Because, yeah, you know, what it's about is not so much negotiating, but persuading other people. Sometimes there are situations when you need to persuade people. And then there are other times when you really don't. It's not a necessity. You just would like other people to think a certain way. But it's not a critical, right now, at this moment, I absolutely have to have you think this way. So you don't always have to put pressure on people. I never think that I have to put pressure on people. Except in some situation. I mean, I may be in a situation where, I'm at the airport and I'm trying to get past something, or trying to persuade the ticket agent to print me another ticket, or do something, or whatever. It could be anything. It could be in a situation where I'm, like when I was dealing with the doctor and she wanted to change something on my insulin pump. And so that's more crucial. And those are situations where I really have to be there. Or like situations at work when I'm dealing with something and me and some superior at work, superior I put in quotation marks, has some problem with me, and that way I have to discuss that. In those moments is different than just, because the death penalty, I'm not a legislator. And if I was, I'd vote whatever way I'm going to vote, but I'm just a regular person, But you have to learn sometime to balance things. Look at the situation. Ask yourself, is it really that important? Do I really need to push my position? Do I really need to take this as if somehow, instead of arguing about the death penalty, I'm the person about to be executed? I'm trying to beg and plead for my life. Am I in that situation? Or am I just having a conversation? You have to put it in perspective. And if you can do that, you get along a lot better with people. To me, it's just a matter of getting along. We could, all this stuff, we disagree all day. And that's okay. But when people start pressuring people, forcing people, and then using words and ways of saying things that sound really rude and nasty, that's when we have problems in life. I think that's when we have problems. And sometimes you have to think. I know I have to. And I do it. I try to watch what I say, to not so much to sugarcoat what I say, but just to not pressure people, and not to take it too serious. Because it isn't that serious. Any discussion we're having on YouTube really can't be that serious, seriously.